Hey there. Today I'm drawing the Mankey I pulled out of the Pikachu V box on Monday, or that was the video. And I figured since it was pulled from the Pikachu V box, it'd be fun to have it riding a Pikachu, and that leads to this sort of evocative, little pervy-looking version of a Mankey to begin with. But I swear it starts making sense further on in the video. So. That, and then the fact that I was really trying to figure out how to make a Mankey look happy when all it has is an eyes and a nose, leads me into sort of my topic for today, which was the fact that art is mostly about problem solving, which kind of leads me into this sort of philosophy I've been developing here, where I'm starting to wonder how useful art tutorials are, in that they give you all of your answers and you're not necessarily trying to find solutions for yourself. That said, those books and everything are very, very useful as a foundation of knowledge, so they're still really valuable. I just wonder if maybe part of... I don't know if you see the same sort of thing where art on the internet kind of starts to all blend together, because a lot of the style is kind of very similar. And I'm wondering if maybe some of that effect is just because of people finding all of their solutions from what other people have done, rather than kind of developing their own styles by basically just throwing things at a wall until it works, which sounds a lot more painful and is certainly not as convenient or enjoyable maybe as pulling things from what you like and then blending those into your work. But I think maybe there is sort of a value to banging your head against a wall until the blood eventually cushions it for you. Man, I'm not selling this philosophy very well. But and to be fair, it could be totally wrong. I'm just some dude on the internet with thoughts. It doesn't make me right. In fact, most of the time that makes me very, very incorrect. But I just think it bears thinking about, that side of art that is more about problem solving than it is about actually getting, just having enough skill to get your ideas across is one way of doing it. But if you want to do something different, you kind of need to problem solve how you're going to be different, or how you're going to solve things in a way that isn't the way someone else has solved it. I could have looked up happy Mankeys as my reference, but I just looked up Mankeys in general, and they all look pissed. So trying to figure out how to make that eye shape, I mean, given that I'm already starting with an eye shape that's not neutral, I'm trying to figure out how to make its eye shape still look familiar to that pissed off Mankey eye, but make it happy. And you can kind of see in the sketch originally that I was trying to make the nose smile, and I think I gave up on that a little bit further on in here when it gets to the line work, because it's it just doesn't look right, you know? I mean, a similar thing when I was doing the tail, and I'm sure you'll see again when I'm doing more of the line work for the tail. It takes me some time to get there. I mean, trying to draw lines, parallel curves, for me has always been a nightmare, but I still keep trying to do it because it's something I want in my repertoire, because I think that looks good a lot of the time. I don't know how other people pull it off, because I've seen other people. There we go. There's the tail. There I am struggling. I'm I can't get this an even width between the two. I keep trying it, and eventually I just sort of give up and say it's close enough, which will be in a minute here. So anyway, basically all I'm trying to encourage you to do is maybe bash your head against a wall sometimes a bit, and try to do something in a different way than you're used to doing it, or or if you don't have a way to do it, maybe don't look it up at all until you've tried it a few times. And then you can look it up and see why someone else has done it the way that they did. And to be fair, I think a lot of the people, when they talk about, borrowing from other artists and things, do actually want you to try it first, even if they don't necessarily say it. But the assumption is that you've tried it first your way, and then you learn because you see how they did it different from you, And of course, the things that they do say are, then you figure out why they did it the way that they did it in order to bring across the feeling and the methodology that they want to show. Like in this drawing today, I really was going for that county fair style. I don't know if you've never been to a county fair in the U.S., maybe you won't have seen this, but I swear this is like the style, and you'll see by the end, it's the style of like every county fair artist who, maybe it's more from like the 90s when I was a kid. I don't know if it's still the case, but when I was like a kid, this was the style. It was like some line work and a little bit of shading, and then you'll see in here I kind of throw in kind of a watercolory background, and that was the style of like county fair print artists back in the 90s. And it might still be, again, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's sort of like bordering on caricature or cartoon, but it's still trying to like soften it with some like watercolory elements. And I'm just going for something similar to that today, mostly because I knew it would be fairly quick, and I've been swamped, and I'm going to be swamped next week too. So yeah, it's more just a matter of, well, I'm not saying that I cheaped out on you guys. I wouldn't say that, but I maybe did go with something that I could do a little bit faster than a full rendered background and everything. But I still, I mean, I wouldn't put it out there if I didn't think that it wasn't interesting as an image and I didn't do something worth showing. So it is, I still had fun with it. And the main thing is I had fun with it. Like, given that I've only got like, what, 5 people, 4 people, somewhere in there, like 4 people watching these, if I'm not doing it for my own enjoyment, then I guess I'm doing it for all 4 of you. But if I'm honest, as much as I appreciate you, I'm not doing it for you. There's only like 4 of you out there. If it was 400, maybe. But as it stands right now, this is more just about me kind of getting a chance to do some fun stuff that I wouldn't otherwise do. And yeah, I certainly did that today. So I think we're about wrapping up here. And I think I'm throwing in a little drop shadow there because it didn't quite feel finished. And I'll, of course, include the version at the end. And I always throw this up on my Twitter. If anyone ever wants to download any of these, you can print them off or whatever. I do prints, but again, there's only 4 people out there, and I'm really, really willing to bet that economy of scale, I can't do it. But regardless, I hope you're having a great day, great week, and I'll see you later.